Hello, and welcome to another story time. Congratulations, Mini Milo, on redeeming first in chat. Timmy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. ASMR Mans, hello. Hadakin, welcome back. Melody Ray, it is great to see you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. We are going to be reading some poetry, some public domain poetry. So we are going to come across some very old-timey words, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun today. Have you had a good day today? Have you been drinking your water? Hey Chainsaw Man, hello B-Dogs, hello KSL. Welcome. Hello. Gotta put the book away. Hello. Hi, Baifu. Let's go ahead and fix the TikTok view. Oh, thank you for the hugs. Hello. Happy Saturday to you. And congratulations, you made it to November.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too, Chaos. Thank you. Hi, City. Thank you for the kisses. Let's see. I need to try calibrating the hands again. I don't know why her arms are over there. That annoys me. Chaos, you don't need to apologize. You are perfectly fine as you are.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too, City. Are you guys ready to read today? Just wanted the reminder. You don't need to be sorry for falling asleep to my streams. That's what I do. You are perfectly fine as you are. And not just to me, but to any others that you find yourself apologizing to. Billingham, thanks for the 3-day streak. Hi, Mad Monkey. Hi, Luna Zoe Lucy. You like poems? I write them a lot. Well, hey, I read them. Thank you for the kisses. Hi, Chuito. I hope you are having a lovely day today. Good. Good. I'm glad. Let's see. I also need to fix. I'm proud of you, Billingham. Did you know that? I'm proud of you. You're not going to ask Chaos? You don't need to. See, I can tell that you do because you apologize so often to me. Hi, Dova. It's good to see you. Elite Trooper, welcome back. It's good to see you. Well, are you guys ready for some poetry? Hi, Ling Ling. Cocoon, welcome. Thank you for joining. Me looking good? Oh, you guys are gonna make me blush. You don't need to apologize, Elite Trooper. I'm just grateful that you're here. I'm scared I upset you or made you angry. I would certainly let you know if you made me angry. And you have to place trust in others to communicate their emotion. You don't always need to apologize for what you fear someone feels or thinks of you. You are perfectly fine as you are, and if someone is bothered by something that you have said or done, they are responsible as a mature adult or someone with emotional intelligence to communicate when they are upset at you for something that you have done. You are a whole human being with thoughts, opinions, and emotions. You don't need to apologize because you fear someone thinks that you are less than who you really are. I never understood poetry. I thought it was rhymes. Not all of poetry is rhymes, and not all poetry is thought-provoking. Hi, Stormy. I hope you are lovely today. Are you ready for some poetry? Thank you so much for the follow. Let's get into it, okay, guys? Let me get my book out. Hi, Shadow. Roger, Roger. Yes, we're gonna do some poetry. Let's see. Would you like poetry on, let's see, anxiety maybe? We could do poetry on hope or grief or friendship. I can't tell if I want to blush like a tomato or cry a river of happy tears. Thank you. No one's ever explained it to me like that. It's not the first time that I've explained it either. Because sometimes we need a reminder that you are acceptable as you come. Like, you are who you are, and you do not need to apologize because you are afraid of someone thinking of you less. Harukin says we should read poetry on hope, okay? I need grief. Is there poetry on how amazing you are? Me? Me? I don't think that there is such poetry that exists that is about me. Yes, you think so, Chuito. Then I will, let's see, do we have positivity? No, we don't. We have self. Okay. Here, we could look at the poetry on self. Ooh. Ooh, I like this one. Enough by Andrew DeFay. You are enough. Divinity flows in your fingertips with light so radiant every beat of your heart, a victory march. Made of whole universes, stitched by the hands of creation, made of whole universes. Stitched by the hands of creation with flawless design. A prophecy you fulfilled perfectly with every breath. You. The sun wouldn't shine the same without it. Creation is only waiting for you to smile back at it. Do you see it yet? You are enough for the birds to sing about, for the seeds to sprout about, for the stars to shoot about. Do you see it yet? Gardens in your speech, fields of wildflowers in your prayers, lighthouses in your eyes. No one else can see it for you. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. Your simple act of being is enough. Do you see it yet? Did you feel that one? Did you feel that poem? I hope you did. Hello, Fallen. Hello, Jax. Thank you for coming back. Welcome. Hi, Dakari. Of course, I'd come back. I love it here. I love that you love it here, and I love you being here. I felt it in my bones. Good, good. Let's see. Here's another one. This author, I possibly recently passed in 2023. Hi, Northern Light. Hi, big fish. Hi, little fish. That is so cute. Let me take another drink of my tea. The Red Poppy, Louise Gluck. The great thing is not having a mind, feelings. Oh, I have those. They govern me. I have a Lord in heaven, called the sun and opened for him, showing him the fire of my own heart, fire, like his presence. What could such glory be if not a heart? Oh, my brothers and sisters, were you like me once, long ago, before you were human? Did you permit yourselves to open once, who would never open again? Because in truth, I am speaking now, the way you do. I speak because I am shattered. Let's see, this one is called Still I Rise. The Dance of the Lambs and the Birds. Ooh, there's another one called Cassandra. Let me look for my poem. The poem I wrote for my poetry class. Ooh, yay. Steph streaming and reading chat at the same time. Hey, I'm a streamer. I have to be everywhere all at once. How many poems you have? I am scouring the internet for public domain poetry. This one, I'm not sure. This one is for Black History Month, Juneteenth, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This one is not the themes of
Mommy?
self
Sorry.
that I was
Mommy?
looking for.
Sorry. Mommy?
Mommy?
Sorry.
Mommy?
Sorry.
Mommy? Mommy, sorry? Perlazo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hello, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. How was your stream? And also, can you correct me? How would you like me to call you? Do I call you Perlazula? Or do I call you Perla? Or do you have a preference? You know, stuff like that. Perla is fine. Well, it is great to see you. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you so much for joining us. How was your stream? What were you doing? Do you also do ASMR? I want to be a fish? Well, all you have to do is send a message in chat, and every time you send a message thereafter, your fish will actually move to a different part of the screen. Thank you so much for joining on the raid. I appreciate it, and I'm sure Perla appreciates it as well. Also, to Lost in Thought and Perla and anybody else joining along on the raid, if you need to raid and run, if you need to go take care of water and food and getting a drink, or maybe it's time to take a nap, please take care of yourself. I will be here reading some poetry you were writing. Oh, that's so cool. It's so rare to actually meet writers on Twitch. What do you write, if you don't mind me asking? I need to take a sip of water. My voice kind of hurts a little bit. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Working on a fantasy novel. Ooh, that's really cool. I've actually been looking for more writing to read on stream, so please do. I would love to know of your progress. It's very exciting to see writers on Twitch. I know that we have the writing and reading category now. It still feels so rare to really get to see the finished writing. I lost my fish. Yes, they dance around. Chances are, if you don't see your fish in the background, it may be behind my head. See, City is back there. Hi, City. You're just looking over my shoulder. There is also a likelihood that the fish could be spawned somewhere outside of this frame, but it's a very low possibility. Do I write books? No, I have not written a published book. Hi, Queenie. Thank you so much for following. Thank you for being here. Choose from 1 to 10. How sad do you want it to be? Let's say maybe a 1 or a 2. We were gonna go for maybe a little sad. My mother is asking me for my flight information. Oh, Mother. Oh, sorry. Mother, I am streaming. Mother. Mother, I crave violence. Please tell me you know please tell me you know what I'm referencing. Anyone? Yes, of course you get a fishy. Everyone who sends a chat message on Twitch, they get a fishy in the background. My flight information? Mother, I only fight. Come at me. Do you know the meme? I'm glad that somebody knows the meme. Okay, let's go back to poetry. Where am I? What am I doing? I meant to start a puzzle. Well, bam. Puzzle time. Banana, banana, banana. Can't touch this. Banana. It's puzzling time. Sorry. Big yawn. Your voice is so calming and hypnotic that even while I'm picking lemons and hearing wasps, I don't even flinch or scream, despite the fact that I have once stepped inside a real hornet's nest and I've been afraid of. I have a finished fairy tale novella. I wouldn't mind. I would love that, Perla. I would love that. Yes. how can we connect outside of stream? How can I message you? How can we message each other? Discord? That would be amazing if we could work together on that. Okay. Then I can message you on Discord. I'll be sure to pull that up and I will have that saved for when I'm done with stream. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, you are right. Northern Lights Chaos. I mean, don't get, stung by the hornets and wasps. But Chuito, you asked, do I already have a fishy? You only get a fishy if you send a message in the YouTube live stream chat or the Twitch live stream chat. Let's get back to reading some poetry. Ooh, there's also an existential theme. There is a ambition category. Let's see. Do you guys want to read some existential poetry? Yes. Let's see. This one's a little difficult to read. No, you're not trauma dumping. You're providing... Queenie. You're not trauma dumping, Chaos. You're providing some context as to how relaxed the stream makes you. It's a good thing. Do we call it poetry? We could. Boy, I love the feeling of overwhelming dread when listening to soft voices. Me too. Why do you think I live with this voice? Self-deprecating humor is my only humor. Dream Nest by Donna Levin. More like a basket of twig and hair, surprisingly tall and deep, in a tree outside my bedroom window. I knew something lived in there. You wouldn't assume. Lived in a nest. Then I knew. A human lived there. And once I knew, the nest nearly disintegrated, still in the tree. It wasn't about trauma, the perfect, and then the broken. Nest in which a human lived, born and lit and broken, comes I. Huh? That just bumped you up to top 5 streamer? Yeah! I'm moving up in the ranks. Hi, Bluebee. What are you doing here? I am reading poetry. So this one, Donna Levin is the author of Banana Palace and Sky Burial, among other books. She lives in St. Louis, Missouri. About this poem, sometimes as I fall asleep, I ask for an instructive dream, and sometimes my psyche provides. As the dream dissolved, I felt as if I was spun from the thinnest glass. Waking up, the last stanzas came to me as the dream's lesson. Are you a voice actor? Yes. Yes, I am. And now I move from TikTok to Twitch. Well, Kuro. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. Oh, you are the Fallen. Would you like me to call you Kuro or the Fallen? Can you do anime acting? I can, yeah. Who are you reading? We are reading public domain poetry. Anything that we can find, really. Up to preference. What's easiest for me is when I call you whichever name you show up as, such as if you're on Twitch, I can call you Kuro. If you are on TikTok, I can call you the Fallen. Let's see, this one I was curious about. Oh no, this one's long. Never mind. I'm backing that ass up. I'm backing out of that one. This one's interesting. It's very patriotic. I'm not down for those vibes. This one is very short. Can you do anime voice actor? I can, but I am currently reading poetry. Yes, your fish moves position every time you send a message. Cassandra Louise Bogan. To me, one silly task is like another. I bear the shambling tricks of lust and pride. This flesh will never give a child its mother. Song, like a wing, tears through my breast, my side. A madness chooses out my voice again. Again. I am the chosen, no hand saves. The shrieking heaven lifted over men, not the dumb earth, wherein they set their graves. That one is interesting. You sound like AI. Okay, you're starting to piss me off. You come in here asking what I'm doing when it's literally in the title, asking me if I'm a voice actor, asking me if I can do anime voice, and then have the audacity to accuse me of sounding like AI. I can live without that. let me copy the text from paper to here. Okay. Hi, Monarch. Welcome back. That one is interesting. If I read it a little bit faster, maybe part of the problem in my inability to understand some of these poems is that I am reading it. I'm reading it maybe too slowly. Here's some of the other public domain ones. The Cry of the Cicada. It's incredibly short. You'll never guess. I'm not even going to bother recording this one. It's from 1644 to 1694. That's when this person was born. What? It's so short. That's what she said. I don't know that she would say that it's short. I think small would still be the term. The cry of the cicada just screams. I would scream, but I'm not going to. We're gonna keep the vibes chill. We're gonna keep the vibes calm. Just very zen, chat. Very zen. Are you zenning? Let's take a deep breath. Without laughing, damn it. Stop laughing. Take a deep breath. And then let it out very slowly. Count to 6. I didn't count to 6, but Wasabi Cheetah, I was thinking of doing the same thing. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I will be right back, but fear not. You have TikTok chat. TikTok chat, say hi to Twitch chat. Twitch chat, say hi to TikTok chat. And please don't bully each other. We don't accept that here.
Peace, love and peace.
Hadaken, you better not be doing anything that would get me demonetized on YouTube. You hear me? You hear me, good sir? You want to get in trouble?
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats.
The rats, they made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. The rats, they made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. No, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop. We're here for Zen vibes. Very Zen, very chill. What is your favorite poem? Ooh, you're the first person to ask. Let me pull it up on the Googles. Okay. It's just a quote. Oh. I'm saddened. Apparently it is just a quote. Or is it? Is it just a quote? I don't know. Oh my god, this is so incredibly long. Let me see if it's not actually a quote. Okay, yeah, so my favorite quote comes from a poem that is very long by W.H. Auden in memory of Sigmund Freud. I'll read it. Nobody asked me to, but I'm gonna read it. Hi, Mac. Good to see you. It's a quote on a quote. It's a quote from a poem. In memory of Sigmund Freud by W.H. Auden. When there are so many, we shall have to mourn. When grief has made so public and exposed to the critique of a whole epoch, the frailty of our conscience and anguish, of whom shall we speak? For every day they die among us, those who are doing us some good, who it was never enough but hoped to improve a little by living. Such was this doctor. Still at 80 he wished to think of our life from whose unruliness so many plausible young futures with threats or flattery ask obedience. But his wish was denied him. He closed his eyes upon that last picture common to us all, of problems like relatives gathered, puzzled and jealous about our dying. For him, till the very end, were still those he had studied, the fauna of the night, the shades that still waited to enter the bright circle of his recognition, turned elsewhere with their disappointment as he was taken away from his life interest to go back to the earth in London, an important Jew who died in exile. Only hate was happy, hoping to augment his practice now, and his dingy clientele, who think they can be cured by killing and covering the garden with ashes. They are still alive, but in a world he changed simply by looking back with no false regrets. All he did was to remember, like the old, and be honest, like the children. He wasn't clever at all. He merely told the unhappy present to recite the past, like a poetry lesson, till sooner or later it faltered at the line where long ago the accusations had begun, and suddenly knew by whom it had been judged. How rich life had been, how silly. And was life forgiven and more humble, able to approach the future as a friend without a wardrobe of excuses, without a set mask of rectitude or an embarrassing over-familiar gesture. No wonder the ancient cultures of conceit in his technique of unsettlement foresaw the fall of princes, the collapse of their lucrative patterns of frustration. If he succeeded, why, the generalized life would become impossible. The monolith of state be broken and prevented the cooperation of avengers. Of course they called on God, but he went his way down among the lost people like Dante, down to the stinking fosse where the injured led the ugly life of the rejected, and showed us what evil is, not, as we thought, deeds that must be punished, but our lack of faith, our dishonest mood of denial. The concupiscence of the oppressor. If some traces of the autocratic pose, the paternal strictness he distributed, still clung to his utterance and features, it was a protective coloration for one who'd lived among enemies so long. If often he was wrong and, at times, absurd, to us he is no more a person now, but a whole climate of opinion under whom we conduct our different lives. Like whether he can only hinder or help, the proud can still be proud and find it a little harder. The tyrant tries to make do with him, but doesn't care for him much. He quietly surrounds all our habits of growth and extends till the tired and even the remotest miserable duchy have felt the change in their bones and are cheered, till the child, unlucky in his little state, some hearth where freedom is excluded, a hive whose honey is fear and worry, feels calmer now, and somehow assured of escape, while, as they lie in the grass of our neglect, so many long-forgotten objects, revealed by his undiscouraged shining, are returned to us and made precious again. Games we had thought we must drop as we grew, little noises we dared not laugh at, faces we made when no one was looking. But he wishes us more than this. To be free is often to be lonely. He would unite the unequal moieties fractured by our own well-meaning sense of justice, would restore to the larger the wit and will the smaller possesses, but can only use for arid disputes, would give back to the sun the mother's richness of feeling. But he would have us remember most of all to be enthusiastic over the night, not only for the sense of wonder it alone has to offer, but also because it needs our love. With large, sad eyes, its delectable creatures look up and beg us dumbly to ask them to follow. They are exiles who long for the future that lives in our power. They too would rejoice if allowed to serve enlightenment like him, even to bear our cry of Judas, as he did, and all must bear who serve it. One rational voice is dumb. Over his grave, the household of impulse mourns one dearly loved. Sad is Eros, builder of cities, and weeping anarchic Aphrodite. So, I don't know if you could tell in all of that what my favorite quote is. To be free is often to be lonely. I'm over here wondering why it says over 500 words. I forgot spaces. Okay. It just came in, so I'm not gonna get it. It's okay, Unzip. That hits deep. I have no idea what I just read. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna say I have no idea what I just fucking read. But I did it. Hi, Lone Wolf. There were words that came out of my mouth. Do I know what they meant? No. No, I don't. You said you whispered it to me. Okay. It still cuts off at the end, Kuro. Yeah, Perla, that's how I feel. It was Freud's eulogy. Based, first time hearing feels tranquil. Intellectuals with their fancies. Yeah. They said something in there. I don't know what. What's your Twitter? It is here. I can put this reply and then that and then there. That's my Twitter. Yeah, it cuts off after while you stood distant, lost, confined. You'll get there eventually, bud. You'll get there eventually. Talbot, thank you so much for resubscribing. I was actually just thinking about messaging you. When I ran to take a quick break, I was just thinking that I was gonna message you about your writing and asking a question about it. I will reserve that for not when I'm streaming. Oh no, is it bad? No, it's not. I wanted to ask your personal opinion on, like, if there was something that, like a specific, like a specific monologue that you thought worthy of being, like, getting a special, unique little video, you know? Where is Duolingo? I did remove the Duolingo one, just for now. Terrible. The worst. Be scared. I am terrified. I already have anxiety. I cannot make your existing anxiety go away. But I can tell you that I like your writing, and what I want to message you about later after stream is if there's like a monologue that invokes emotion for you that I can make a video about. 'Cause I want to tell people to buy your book. Please. Please. Girl, Queenie, you're okay. You're okay. Forehead kisses. Mwah. Mwah. Forehead kisses. Drink your tea, chat. Drink your tea. I put too much lemon. The tears have spilled. Put them back. Wait, sorry. No. Please don't cry. I'm trying to not be crazy. We are only being very calm today. Put those tears back where they came from, or so help me. So help me. So help me. Do you happen to have a favorite quote about light or hope? Honestly, the only quote that I've really hung on to is "To be free is often to be lonely," because there's a lot to unpack with that. And I actually did some of my university projects on that specific quote because there's a lot of layers to it. I mean, it wasn't intended, it wasn't made, with any purpose relevant to modern day, but to take it apart and apply it to different meanings is, to me, that quote it just covers so much. Thinking about freedom and loneliness. What is freedom? What is loneliness? I feel that what we know, what we commonly experience, is the ability to be is lonely, even in a world so socially connected via the internet, or so connected with the internet that we still have this intense loneliness. And what does freedom truly look like for us? Is it regarding that social media? Is freedom regarding anything that's holding you back? And is loneliness the willing price that you will pay? In a way, that quote, it makes me happy, and I don't quite understand why. But I don't have a quote for that. However, I can find a poem about that. Let me see. I have hope. Apply filter. Queenie, no. Hi, Chris. Freedom, it's subjective, and honestly, freedom for me is existing in the countryside, living on the land, enjoying life as it should be, subjective to my own opinion. Of course. Ooh, I like the idea of this one. Hi, Bertaruga. Welcome. Bye, Pula. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you again so much for the raid. I hope that you have a lovely day and eventually a wonderful rest. I like the other statement matches the other, where it's like, I'd rather be blissfully happy and stupid instead of intelligently aware and miserable. So this one is about afterlife, death, and hope. After struggling, I did it. Okay. I have received. Oh, God. Oh, that was not a good sound. Okay, no, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I need a meme. I need a meme for that. The everything's fine meme. Do I say that it's written by The Fallen? Hi, Boys Bathwater. What a unique username. It's great to meet you. Give me a pose for it, though. Okay. Can you send me a Discord DM and send me the meme, like the GIF or the picture or something for This Is Fine, and I will pose my avatar in that way. I can even get a mug. What are we reading today? We are reading poetry, and we actually have a submission from a viewer. Let's take a quick drink of water before we begin, though. Hi, Ruben. Welcome back. Poem by The Fallen. Although I tried, you never paid it mind. I reached out to you in silence left behind. Every word I spoke just fell and died. You never heard, though. God, I tried. I tried and tried till my bones felt fried, till my heart grew numb and my tears ran dry. Each night I whispered to the dark, "Do you see me, Father? Do I leave a mark?" My nights were long, my thoughts ran wild, the pain too deep for a restless child. I bled for love I couldn't find, while you stood distant, lost, confined. I thought you'd never care enough. I thought my best wasn't good enough. But time moved on, and truth came slow in ways I came to know. The things you did, the words unsaid, were love disguised in work and dread. You fought your storms, you bore your scars, and tried to guide me from afar. Now I see behind the rough, you always cared. Your love was tough, no longer knocking on that door. I walk right in. We need no more. We laugh, we talk, the pain set free. You're proud of the man I came to be. And when night falls, I think enough. I whisper still, but now with love. You always cared through all of that strife. And now, finally, we share this life. That was a great one, Fallen. That was amazing. I've got another one that I have pulled up as well, and this one is from 2011.
I love you. I love you.
I love it too. Just a quick neck snap, like that. You know, just some casual neck breaking. Okay, that's pretty funny. Hi, dog. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. How is everything? Generally, that hit me good. That hit me too. Unfortunately, I have not made it to the other side of that that poem. I have not made it to the end of that poem in my life. Don't clip your wings, they help you rise. I like rice. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, it's the flow of life. Everything has its own process and its intentions. Now is just not the time for me. It's not time for those things to align. And that's okay. If things happen too late, then they were meant to happen too late. I don't think I ever will. And sometimes that's the way it has to be. Life is different for everyone, even if for some others it's sad or undesirable. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad ending. Are you okay, Steph? Yes, I am okay. Thank you for asking. I need to respond to this message. It's so hard to type on an accessibility keyboard. You're so wise. Thank you. This one is called If I Must Die, Let It Be a Tale. Rifat al-Arir was born in Gaza City, the capital of Gaza Governorate in Palestine, 1979, during the Israeli occupation of Gaza. And this poem was, it says November 27, 2011. But the copyright is for 2024. So this is, not copyright. This is not public domain, but let's ignore that for right now. He received his MA in Comparative Literature from University College London and completed his PhD in English Literature in the University Putra, Malaysia. And he passed away in 2023. In Northern Light, one of the clips that I have on my channel is of me saying that life is not a measurement for how much you have done or learned. Life is merely a measurement for how long you have been alive. That number just marks how many days, how many years you've been alive. But it will not summarize the sum of your parts. It does not make up your knowledge, your lessons, your experiences, your learnings. It does not make up who you are as a person. Some people do make it their personality, what they are expected to be at that number socially. But you are acceptable in whatever age you are at, because it just marks that you have survived all of these years. It is truly up to you how much of life you are going to learn and carry with you throughout the rest of your years. If I must die, let it be a tale. By Rifat al-Arir. If I must die, you must live. To tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself. Sees the kite you made, flying up above, and thinks, for a moment, an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale. I need a hug! Exclamation point hug in chat. I repeat, urgent request. Queenie needs a hug. So that was let me see if I can find some other poems on hope. What? You have to exclamation point hug and then tag someone. Sorry, I should have elaborated. Hi, Arizimara. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you are so funny. Here, let me see if I can... There you go. Glad you all hugged yourselves. Yes, we need to love ourselves sometimes. I wonder if I can look up some of my old poetry. I won't, because that takes time to do, and also it would dox myself, but like... Let's see. Let's look for some more public domain. This one is Dear March, Come In. It is by Emily Dickinson. Huh. This one, yes, hug a homie. Hug a homie, kiss a homie. Dear March, come in. Emily Dickinson. Dear March, come in. How glad I am. I hoped for you before. Put your hat down. You must have walked. How out of breath you are. Dear March, how are you? And the rest? Did you leave nature well? Oh, March, come right upstairs with me. I have so much to tell. I got your letter, and the birds. The maples never knew that you were coming. I declare how red their faces grew. But March, forgive me. And all those hills you left for me to hew, there was no purple suitable. You took it all with you. Who knows? That April? Lock the door. I will not be pursued. He stayed away a year to call when I am occupied. But trifles look so trivial as soon as you have come. That blame is just as dear as praise, and praise as mere as blame. Bubbles in the bath? Huh? Huh? What? You guys, I'm glad that you guys are having a good time. Let me see. TikTok chat has been very quiet. Oh, I'm sorry, Ruben. The command only works on Twitch. So let's see, we got some Emily Dickinson. This one's a little long, but it's about death. Ruben, you're talking to me? No. Do you know Dance Rus by William Carlos Williams? No, I do not. But Google will tell me what I wish to know. Is this public domain? Am I going to read it anyway? Sorry, I am Big Yon. Well, it is not public domain, but yee-haw, I say. Dance Rus by William Carlos Williams. If I, when my wife is sleeping, and the baby and Kathleen are sleeping, and the sun is a flame-white disk in silk mists above shining trees, if I, in my north room, dance naked grotesquely, before my mirror, waving my shirt round my head and singing softly to myself, I am lonely, lonely. I was born to be lonely. I am best so. If I admire my arms, my face, my shoulders, flanks, buttocks, against the yellow-drawn shades, who shall say I am not the happy genius of my household? Why can't I buy Duolingo? I've turned it off, Ling Ling, so that we could focus on reading. I'm so lonely, I'm on my own song stuck in my head. I wanted you to do duo, but we're reading today. Lonely, I am so lonely. I have nobody to call my own. That song? Is that what the lyrics are? I'm on my own? I thought it was to call my own. Ah, I'm crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room. On death. Khalil Gibran. Then Almitra spoke, saying, "We would ask now of death." And he said, "You would know the secret of death. And how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owls whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond, and like seeds, dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king, whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling, that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yet he is not more mindful of his trembling. For what is it to die than to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? What is it to cease breathing, but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountain top, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. What do you guys think of that one? It's called On Death. Rats. I was rats once. They locked me in a rubber crazy. That's crazy. Ding ding ding, ding 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 ding, wop wop ding ding ding. That is the crazy frog that you were referencing earlier. You know, I'm not doing a good job of keeping this down low, calm vibes. I just get so happy, so excited. That is my personality on the inside. I am using my inside personality. I'm curious, if you guys, do you have a voice that you like listening, like as I'm reading these poems, I am trying to like choose different voices to do the reading in. I'm curious if you have one of those voices that you are enjoying maybe more than others. Like that there are some voices that maybe I'll read the poem in a little bit higher of a register, or the ones with the more serious topics I will read with a bit deeper of a voice. I like it when you get it animated and put some oomph into the poem, a little fiery. So the like deeper, like the fire. Pizza and stuff. I want pizza. Yeah, that. I like doing some of the stronger, like, ready to fight, you know? If only I had good hand tracking. Why are we fighting? Because I am strong. I am strong woman. I like the calm, mellow, and little melodic. Oh, okay, my normal voice. Strong, yes. Ooh. Why am I like this? Dad went for milk.
Stop it. Get some help.
Damn, okay. God. Gremlin energy? Well, I can't be a calming streamer if I'm also a gremlin. Man, I gotta go through a whole rebrand again? I'm gonna be an ocean gremlin? Ooh. That's pretty. Ooh. It's gremlin energy if you're chaotic, but you don't qualify for a warm-up set. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Wheels off the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, oh, oh. I didn't take my ADHD medicine today. I bench 285. My warm-up is 225. Good job. I am convinced that Steph is the cutest thing to ever happen to TikTok. Are you sure that I am not something for TikTok to fear? Because I make men afraid. Are you sure that I bench 60? I bench my own problems. That's about it. I can maybe bench 5 pounds. Actually, that's a lie. I think I was benching 40 last time I actually gave a solid try. 225 and 285. Is this in pounds or is this in kilograms? That would be a lot more kilograms. I don't know how numbers work. I just like remembering them. Wait, kilograms are less than pounds. Never mind. So pounds? That's a lot of pounds. How long have you been lifting in order to be able to do that? Who's a good palito de pescado? It's you. You're a good palito de pescado. I don't know how people bench. I am not going to say anything else. This is me zipping my mouth shut. Zip.
That's what we've been waiting for! It's what we wanted all along!
Banned. 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 Bad. Bad. Bad palito de pescado. Bro really just said, I've been waiting for you to zip your lips. That's what. Sorry. We have to go back to the calm, relaxing vibes. Steppy step. Calm, relaxing. Step. Step. Relaxing vibes. Relaxing. We're gonna do our best UK impression.
It's this piece of shit. Oh my god, what is it?
No way, Hadoken.
Are you sure about that?
There's the gremlin. See, you know, if you guys went back and took a clip, you would need to, like, you'd need to put a lot of stuff in a clip. Anyway, let's continue reading. This one is on beauty, love, and romance. George Gordon Byron was the author of Don Juan, a satirical novel in verse that is considered one of the greatest epic poems in English written history since John Milton's Paradise Lost. The gremlin we all know and love. You guys love the gremlin. Do I sound like I am in your ear? Yes, I am in your ear. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Yes. There are fish leave me. You can never leave me. You sound like you're playing on my room TV at full volume. Why would you do that? It's okay, I won't go all yandere on you. Hi, 22. Thank you, EJ, so much for listening along to the stream. I have no issues with never leaving. Good. I'm glad. I don't like being left behind. Please go yandere on me. Please? Damn, I know what kind of ASMR video I'm filming next. Ugh, Warder. Please, I need this. Okay, but like, I need to find the... What? I need to find the ASMR script for like a wholesome yandere? Or does somebody want to write that? Does someone want to write a wholesome yandere ASMR, like, you know, a stranger kidnaps you and takes you to the bottom of the ocean and holds you against your will by listening to them read to you? Hey, ChatGPT. Walks in to hear this in my... I guess Shatter doesn't want wholesome yandere kidnapping ASMR roleplay. I need my hands back so I can salute. 07, or use the salute emote, goddammit. I love that emote. Use the salute emote. Kuro says that they're going to write the script and they'll DM it tomorrow on Twitter. 07. 07's in chat. I can't exactly salute because my hand goes into my head, but I tried. Yeah, 07 if you don't have the emote. Use the emote, please. Please. I am genuinely surprised at how many of the emotes that I have that people don't use. So I'm actually in the process of removing the emotes that have unfortunately not been very successful in the past 11 months. And I am going to replace them with new emotes that are hopefully successful to some degree. If I buy the emote, will I have it forever? If you buy the emote on Throne, that means that I can... Oh wait, no, are you talking about channel points? Oh, that's an excellent question. I don't think you get it forever. But if anyone is interested in funding the next emote that I want to get, I actually have some on Throne. Let me see. Unlock a random emote or choose an emote to unlock. Select an emote to unlock it for 24 hours. If you read the sub copy, you get to use that emote for 24 hours. I'm gonna read, because that's what you guys love when I do. I read. She Walks in Beauty by George Gordon Byron. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade or more, one ray the less, one shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tree, tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. On that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. Take a drink of water. Chat. Water, now. I wandered lonely as a cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake behind, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 I saw at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be gay. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. Okay, I know I messed up, but goddamn. I mean, I know. I know I messed up, but I'm trying. I'm trying to be a good noodle. Hi, Phobia. I just heard the butt be gay when I got back. I mean, I was reading. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't know what language you're speaking. Извините, я знаю немного по-русски. Английский, пожалуйста. Принесите мне по-английски, пожалуйста. It's Russian. Google Translates tried to say that it was Belarusian. Your voice is so fucking pretty. Thank you. Was that Russian? Yeah. I know only a little bit of Russian. Yeah, Google Translate said something like weird, and I'm like, it's not that hard, bro. Just tell me what it is. Tell me what he's trying. I keep thinking of Nemo, that one scene from Nemo where he's like, he's trying to speak to me. I know it. I would never judge you on reading. If I read myself, I'd end up reading the same page again and again because I see the words but not read or understand them. There's a book that I've been reading. Unfortunately, I've, been pretty inconsistent about it recently. Let me pull up my Kindle Unlimited. It is a book called The Unseen by Ali Roberts. And I'm about 70% of the way through the book right now, and even then I'm kind of surprised that the description of the book unfortunately only covers, I'd say, the first 30% of the book. And I'm like, no, I wanted this to be the whole book, Let me see if I can pull up the description of the book. Amazon does not make it easy to go from Kindle to Amazon. There we go. The Unseen by Ali Roberts. Click on it. Click on it. There we go. Here's the description. Olivia Daniels is desperate enough to kidnap her brother's ridiculously handsome yet undeniably dangerous boss and lock him in her basement. Austin Black is a criminal, a man with a reputation for being ruthless, and the reason her brother can't leave the unseen. Olivia has a plan. Keep Austin hostage just long enough to negotiate her brother's freedom. Simple, right? Wrong. Because Austin Black is not the man she expected. Instead of a cold, terrifying crime boss, she gets a charming smartass who is more than happy to take long naps, tease her relentlessly about her kidnapping skills, and somehow manages to be annoyingly irresistible, all whilst being chained to the heating pipe. But there's something else Olivia didn't expect. Austin left his father's criminal empire 2 years ago. He's been working to become a better man. A man worthy of a different life. Maybe even a life with her. Because Austin knows exactly who Olivia is. He's been watching her in a totally non-creepy way, he swears, and waiting for the right moment to prove he's not the villain she thinks he is. Now, trapped together in the most bizarre hostage situation ever, Olivia has to decide, is Austin still the dangerous man she fears? Or is he exactly what she needs to shake up her carefully controlled world? One thing's for sure. She may have him locked up, but he's the one making her feel like a prisoner to something far more dangerous. Her own heart.
He.
So yeah, this is what I've been reading. Off stream, I was like, oh, this is a little interesting. It's like Stockholm Syndrome, but working backwards. Because what got me interested is somebody posted a video of it on Instagram saying that, like, you know, he's the golden retriever boyfriend kind of energy. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna let you out of the basement. And he's like, actually, I've got until Friday. I mean, we can keep hanging out. And she's like, huh? No. I mean, like, you can leave now. And he's like, oh, you know, why don't you think about it? I'm just gonna stay here. You know, it's really nice and cozy this time of year. So, Steph, are the results out? What do you mean? Like, if the book is good? If I like it? Is it... It's not completely logical, and it doesn't need to be. Yeah, the black cat golden retriever dynamic. But she's the kidnapper, he's the kidnappee, he's the bad boy, she's the good girl. She's in way over her head. Are the results out for the VTuber thingy? Oh, the, let me pull up the Discord server and let me pull up this. The results will not be out because they just stopped voting yesterday. So they need time to evaluate all of the people who have been nominated. So now is the time where they make a massive list of all of the VTubers who were voted, were nominated. And after that, let me see. I don't know when the finalists will be announced. So yeah, I mean, because voting literally just ended, we're not gonna see we're not gonna see the next part for probably a few days. But yes, if you guys voted for me, I greatly appreciate it. There is still one more awards event going. And that one, you can only vote for a creator in one category. So if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you could vote for me in the Vitamin V VTuber Awards as best comfy VTuber, I believe. Yes, best comfy VTuber. Because I am under the 75 average viewers, and I have less than 7,500 followers on Twitch. Honestly, majority of my follows probably come from my early days of streaming, where I played Dead by Daylight, and when I did just chatting streams as a facecam tuber, and a Stardew Valley, indie games, variety games, comfy games. I don't always understand the classification, but I'm happy to vote for Steph. Thank you. I appreciate any of the support you guys are willing to give me. I am incredibly grateful when you guys show up, and I try to remind you as much as I can. I am grateful that you are here. I am grateful that you make an effort to stop in, even if it's just to say hi. It does mean a lot to me if you do stick around and chat with me the whole time, but I also understand that that's not always feasible for everybody. So I am incredibly grateful for your being here and your presence when I can have it. If you aren't already in the Discord server, I highly recommend joining the Discord server. You will get notified whenever I go live. And you will receive updates, such as we recently ran a poll for a couple of hours, and it's super awesome to get quick feedback from you guys. Hi, it's Nook. Welcome. Thank you for making me have a good afternoon. I'm happy to supply a good afternoon. Very funny, Hadouken, very funny. I'm grateful for you too, StephTsu, and your effort to stream as much as you can, even with your condition. Truly commendable. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I do hate to say that I will not be live next week. because my sister is getting married and I am going to go support my family, which means that I have to travel, and travel does wear a lot on me. So the next stream, the next time that you will see me, will be on the 13th. If you miss me until then, please watch some of my YouTube videos. Especially the last two. YouTube, very decidedly, hit me on the head, and they are not pushing out that video to the algorithm, and it kind of sucks. But please do consider listening to and rewatching some of the VODs on YouTube and some of the YouTube videos. I will also be trying to record some stuff and get some additional goodies set up for while I'm gone, either on social media, but also on Brand Army. Always a pleasure to hang out, enjoy the stream, be safe, and thank you for the content you provide. Thank you guys for being here. I have one last sip of tea left. Never mind. My tea bag hit me in the face. And I got tea on my clothes. It's very rude. Thank you for the kissies. Okay, chat. We are going to find someone to raid out to, but I thank you so much for hanging out with us. There's, let's see, this person. It's been a while since we recently saw this person. I don't think we've rated this person before. This person is doing a special event. I don't think we've gotten to raid this person, but they're doing some writing, and I think that that would be super duper fun to go hype them up, okay? I appreciate you reading my poetry. I love to read the poetry. So if anybody has writing that they would like for me to read, as long as you provide me the material and you say in like clear words that you give me permission to read it on stream and or to post social media videos with excerpts of your writing, it would be super duper awesome. And I guess the third thing is what account you would want me to tag you as when I make a social media post, you know, just so that you can get the credit and the exposure, so that when people see that it's your writing, if you've got something that you know, I'm talking a lot. Anyway, let's go hype up this person. They are doing some writing on stream. This is the part where we say our good nights, our goodbyes, and our see you next times, the see you laters. I will be back on the 13th.
That's what we've been waiting for!
It's what we wanted all along. I will be back on the 13th of November. I don't know what we'll be doing then, but we will be having a good old time. If you are not already in the Discord server, I highly recommend you join the Discord server so you can be notified whenever I go live, whenever we have YouTube videos, or whenever we have announcements. And it is also the place where the community comes together to hang out, to have movie nights, and to have funny conversations, share some memes, make memes of me, that is allowed as well, share your favorite clips, etc. So until next time, please drink your water, eat your food, take care of yourself, and touch some grass, exercise, meditate, get some rest, hug your friends and your loved ones, and tell them that you appreciate them because life is fragile and fleeting. And have a good night.